A photograph was also worth a fortune to an aggressive paparazzi.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the most egregious instances where paparazzi crossed the line in their relentless quest to get the latest scoop on a celebrity.
Shawn was protective of his missus in those early days, famously feuding with the paparazzi and the media.
Number 20, Niall Horan gets dragged to the floor. When it comes to the paparazzi, patience certainly isn't one of their watchwords. Back in November 2013, the boys of One Direction touched down in Los Angeles to promote their upcoming album Midnight Memories. Upon exiting the terminal at LAX airport, they were overwhelmed by crowds of screaming fans and aggressive photographers. Amid all of the chaos, Niall Horan was apparently knocked to the ground by the rowdy paparazzi just outside the airport.
One Direction! Guys, no, it's fine. One Direction! It's alright, guys, come on.
After making it out of there in one piece, Horan took to social media to express his frustration, blaming the maniacal photographers for preventing him from interacting with fans. Number 19, Tori Spellings' pretty big accident. No matter how famous they are, celebrities sometimes just want to engage in everyday activities without having to deal with the paps. But things hardly ever pan out that way.
How you doing, Tori and Dean? Everything good? Good.
Take Tori Spelling, for example. In 2011, the actress, who was pregnant at the time, was chased down by paparazzi while dropping her kids off at school. As she attempted to evade the relentless photographer, Spelling ended up crashing her car into a school wall. Shockingly, even that didn't dissuade the cameraman from taking more pictures of them. Fortunately, neither Spelling nor her kids were hurt, but it's alarming to consider just how awry the situation could have gone. Number 18, keep your hands off Jennifer Lawrence's dog. Who knew Jennifer Lawrence could give John Wick a run for his money?
We're pretty intensely passionate dog owners.
Yeah, if you're not crazy, I don't know if we'll have anything to talk about.
The Oscar-winning actress may have no problems being harassed by the cameras, but she draws a hard line when it comes to her beloved dog. While leaving LAX airport in 2017, Lawrence was ambushed by a TMZ reporter. After getting no response to his questions, the guy then reached down and tried to pet her dog. Needless to say, that was a huge mistake. Lawrence immediately scooped up the pooch and unleashed her wrath on the paparazzo before getting into her car.
Touch my dog.
Always remember, Paps, touching Jennifer Lawrence's dog is a line you should never cross. Number 17, zero privacy for Prince William and Kate Middleton. During their 2012 vacation in Provence, France, Prince William and Kate Middleton found themselves unwittingly exposed to paparazzi.
Flashing easy smiles in public that offered no hint of their private anguish. But make no mistake, the publication of the topless photos of Catherine has left the future king and queen fuming mad.
While soaking up the sun on a terrace, Middleton took off her top, unaware of the long lens cameras snapping away from a distance. Subsequently, several topless photos of the Princess of Wales were published in the French magazine Closer, which left Middleton deeply saddened and outraged the royal family.
We're in the celebrity press business and we know that these images are full of joy, not degrading, and concern a princess who's pretty and is making the whole world dream.
The controversial images were further distributed in an Italian gossip magazine across a 26-page spread. As a result, the royal couple took legal action against Closer and won a settlement of roughly $120,000. The magazine was forced to pay the price, unable to argue that they were only experimenting with editing. Number 16, paparazzi scales fence for the Clooney twins. When a Hollywood power couple welcomes a baby, the media typically goes to great lengths to obtain the first photos of the child.
George Clooney is in a rage. Clooney is lashing out at a French magazine for publishing photos of his infant twins. The photos appear on the cover of Voici.
However, there should ideally be a line, or in this case, a fence, when dealing with the young ones. In 2017, George and Amal Clooney became parents to twins Ella and Alexander, and later vacationed at their home in Lake Como, Italy. Eager to capture the first images of the kids, a paparazzo trespassed onto the private property, climbing over the fence and up a tree to take pictures of the family. The publication of these images in the French magazine Voici infuriated George Clooney, who vowed to take legal action against everyone involved.
And now they got themselves a lawsuit So we'll see how that turns out.
Number 15, Olivia Coleman leaves London to avoid paparazzi. You know, things have gotten out of hand when paparazzi essentially drive a celebrity to relocate to a different city. That was the case for Oscar-winning English actress Olivia Coleman. Coleman previously resided in London with her husband and 3 children, but grew increasingly frustrated with the relentless intrusion of paparazzi into their lives.
Oh, we've moved out of London because I couldn't actually cope with it. And I had nothing compared to what they had.
The actress recounted a particularly distressing incident where she and her family were chased by 2 cars. The terror she felt left her in tears, while the offending paps laughed at her. Fed up with the constant invasion of their privacy, Coleman and her family were forced to leave London for her hometown of Norfolk, seeking a more peaceful environment.
This is a group of people who feel nothing for anybody else.
Number 14, Ron Galela's tireless pursuit of Jackie Kennedy Onassis. Known as the godfather of the US paparazzi culture, Ron Galela pioneered some of the stalking tactics used by paps around the world.
He pioneered the candid shot, captured when stars were least expecting it.
You have to hide to get the off-guard picture. By asking permission, you're going to get the pose picture, which I don't want.
His methods drew the ire of many celebrities, including Marlon Brando, who once punched him, and Shawn Penn, who spat on him. But Galela's main focus was former First Lady Jackie Kennedy Onassis, whom he relentlessly stalked and photographed. His fixation resulted in what is arguably his most famous picture, the iconic wind-blown Jackie.
I call it my Mona Lisa because the smile was on her eyes and lips, the beginning of the smile.
However, Onassis detested this constant intrusion and dragged Galela to court twice, ultimately obtaining a restraining order against him. Despite this, Galela continued to hound Onassis until he was banned from photographing her and her children. Number 13, Daniela Silvas's steamy video makes it online. In 2006, Brazilian model and TV host Daniela Silvas got embroiled in a scandal when a paparazzo filmed her with her boyfriend on a beach in Spain. The video, which captured intimate moments between the couple, was then broadcast on the Spanish TV show Dolce Vita. It quickly took off from there, making its way onto YouTube and several other websites. Silvas took the case to court, resulting in the temporary blocking of YouTube in Brazil for 2 days. This action sparked major outrage in the country, with thousands sending protest emails to MTV Brazil, where Silvas worked, demanding her dismissal. In 2015, following a lengthy legal process, Silvas and her boyfriend were awarded settlements of $64,000 each. Number 12, Paparazzo allegedly breaks into Shawn Penn's room. Once upon a time, Shawn Penn and Madonna were Hollywood's hottest power couple. Soon after their wedding in 1985, the couple signed on to star in Shanghai Surprise and headed to Macau for filming.
I think we've found our man.
Mr. Burns, you can't be serious.
However, the production faced constant intrusion from paparazzi, one of whom allegedly broke into Penn's hotel room to take pictures of the couple. Penn and his personal assistant confronted the intruder, identified as Lionel Barallo, and reportedly threatened him by hanging him over the balcony of the 9th floor room.
You go in knowing that that's another thing, but, you know, when you're sitting there on the toilet or something and you look, there's a camera out the window in the bushes, that's a problem.
The incident resulted in both Penn and his assistant being arrested and charged with assault. According to the actor, however, the pair later escaped from jail and fled to Hong Kong. Number 11, Ryan Reynolds' hit-and-run incident. In 2015, while shooting his movie Deadpool in Canada, actor Ryan Reynolds found an unlikely adversary in a Vancouver paparazzo named Richard Fedique. Fedique allegedly stalked and harassed Reynolds for weeks, leading to a physical confrontation in the parking lot of the actor's hotel.
It's one of those things, you know, it's one of those things where you get to just sit back and let due process do its thing and you don't really have to get involved.
During the incident, Fedique apparently struck Reynolds with his car while attempting to flee the scene. Fortunately, the actor didn't sustain any significant injuries and continued with production of the movie. Fedique, on the other hand, was arrested a few days later and brought up on charges of assault with a weapon, dangerous operation of a motor vehicle, and criminal harassment.
Fedique has been released on 8 conditions, including staying out of the city until Reynolds leaves town in mid-June. He's also been ordered to have no contact with Ryan Reynolds, his wife, or their family.
Number 10, reporter kisses Will Smith on the mouth. Ukrainian reporter slash prankster Vitaly Saduk seems to be looking for trouble. At the 2012 Men in Black 3 premiere in Moscow, Saduk kissed the Fresh Prince.
Oh my God.
Smith didn't take it kindly to the lip lock, giving Saduk a backhanded slap. Perhaps Saduk forgot that Will played Muhammad Ali. Smith said, "He's lucky I didn't sucker punch him." Perhaps Will was also lucky.
It's just awkward, Dave. I can see where it would be.
Saduk has since, in separate incidences, given Leonardo DiCaprio, Bradley Cooper, and Brad Pitt what could be best described as red carpet crotch hugs. And Kim Kardashian has had 2 run-ins with Saduk, one where he allegedly shoved her, and another where he tried to kiss her ass, literally. Number 9, Reese Witherspoon assaulted by paparazzo. Reese Witherspoon doesn't like the paparazzi. Check that. Reese Witherspoon really doesn't like the paparazzi.
That's totally irresponsible. You're a public nuisance, you realize that?
Maybe this contentiousness started at her daughter's 6th birthday party at Disney California Adventure Park in 2005. The happiest place on earth wasn't so happy when Pap, Todd K Wallace, allegedly became angry when Reese and her friends declined to be photographed. Wallace faced battery charges as he, according to prosecutors, struck a girl with his camera and shoved 2 park employees. It wasn't Wallace's first arrest. The previous year, he faced charges stemming from his pursuit of Misha Barton. Number 8, Chris Brown chase causes crash. Chris Brown hasn't exactly been anyone's favourite celebrity since he pled guilty to assaulting Rihanna in 2009. Still, that doesn't mean we have to like what happened to him in 2013. Brown was driving to an LA area charity event when 2 paparazzi vehicles allegedly blocked his car, with the paps jumping out to shoot pictures. Trying to escape, Brown was reportedly cut off by 2 more vehicles, causing him to swerve into a wall. Brown walked away, but his Porsche was totaled. This may not have been Brown's only car wreck, but this incident appears to be another example of overzealous paparazzi. Number 7, Arnold Schwarzenegger and Maria Shriver boxed in. Before Kim and Kanye, there was Arnold and Maria. The marriage between the Terminator and Shriver, a journalist who was also John, Robert, and Ted Kennedy's niece, could be called a marital mismatch made in media heaven. However, a jury determined that paparazzi Giles Harrison and Andrew O'Brien took it too far in May 1997. The 2 chased, then blocked from leaving a car carrying the couple's 3-year-old, a 5-month pregnant Shriver, and Schwarzenegger, who himself had recently undergone open heart surgery. The actions were considered so egregious that Harrison got 90 days and O'Brien 60 days in jail, both found guilty of false imprisonment. Number 6, Nicole Kidman run over by paparazzo on a bike. In 2013, Kidman was entering Manhattan's Carlyle Hotel when paparazzo Carl Wu, blazing down the sidewalk on a bike with camera shuttering, lost control and careened into the Oscar winner.
New York City is a dangerous place. You might get hit by a bicycle, even if you're a celebrity.
While the actress was knocked to the ground, she was uninjured. Wu, considered one of the most disliked members of the paparazzi, did apologise and called it an accident. While Wu wasn't arrested, he was issued a fine for reckless driving.
This particular paparazzo is one of the most detested by celebrities in New York City. He's known to be particularly aggressive, particularly pushy.
With this and a 2010 run-in with Lady Gaga's bodyguard, let's just say we're not surprised that a FU Carl Wu Tumblr page existed. Number 5, Lindsay Lohan's car intentionally crashed into. Off the screen, Lohan has acquired quite the party-friendly reputation. Part of that rep comes from the fact that she's not exactly kind to her cars.
Things got a little too close for comfort between the Mean Girls star and an overzealous member of the paparazzi Tuesday when the photographer smashed into her car.
However, a crash in 2005, the same year her film Herbie Fully Loaded hit theaters, can be blamed on an overzealous lensman. Paparazzo Galo Cesar Ramirez followed Lohan, but when she was about to report it to the police, Ramirez reportedly rammed her Mercedes. Ramirez was arrested for assault with a deadly weapon, but as it turns out, there was already an outstanding warrant for his arrest on a $5,000 narcotics charge.
Lohan wasn't injured, but the photographer was arrested for suspicion of assault with a deadly weapon.
Number 4, blocking Britney Spears' ambulance on way to the hospital. Britney has given the paparazzi a lot of stories over the years, like when she shaved her head, then days later went after a car with an umbrella, or when she almost dropped her baby in front of a zillion photographers. There's also the countless nights she stepped out on the town sans underwear. So did they really have to block her ambulance? In January 2008, Britney was taken to the hospital for a mental health evaluation. The throng of photogs ignored sirens and honking horns until they got their shots, a move as reckless as it was potentially life-threatening. Number 3, Jennifer Aniston photographed topless in her backyard. So no one told Jen life was gonna be this way. Back in 1999, at the height of Friends' popularity, a paparazzo scaled an 8-foot wall at the Malibu home Aniston shared with then-husband Brad Pitt. Armed with a high-powered lens, the photog took several shots of a topless Aniston sunbathing in her backyard. The photos appeared in tabloids worldwide, but Jennifer didn't take the intrusion lying down. Instead, she sued the photo's distributor, Francois Navarre, for invasion of privacy, trespassing, and misappropriation of her likeness. The case was settled out of court, with the Friends star receiving over $500,000 in damages. Number 2, Shawn Penn and Madonna's wedding interrupted by helicopters. It was hard to find a higher wattage celebrity couple in the 1980s than Shawn Penn and Madonna. After their engagement, countless media outlets salivated at the possibility of getting the ultimate shot, Shawn and Madge tying the knot.
Guests reportedly had to call a secret number a half an hour before the wedding to find out where to show up.
It took rooting through the couple's trash for the paparazzi to ultimately unearth the location of the top-secret nuptials, a cliffside home in Malibu. Held on Madonna's 27th birthday, multiple helicopters descended on the wedding, whirring so loudly the couple's vows couldn't be heard.
Swarms of choppers swirled overhead, making it hard for the couple to hear their vows.
Madonna responded to the disruptions with a one-finger salute, and Penn wrote "F off" in the sand below. But really, can anyone blame them?
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, contributed to Princess Diana's death. Paris, August 31st, 1997, is the moment that arguably turned the public and celebrities alike against the paparazzi.
Peace and happiness proved too elusive for the woman who died at 36 and was once the major player in a fairy tale.
Princess Diana, reported boyfriend Dodi Fayed, and their driver Henri Paul died when their car crashed into the Pont de l'Alma Road tunnel. At the time, most fingers pointed at the overzealous paparazzi chasing Diana's car. An 18-month French judicial investigation blamed the crash on an inebriated Paul, while a British inquest found both the Paps and Paul equally responsible.
There is real anger at the fact that the press may have had a hand in driving this princess to her death.
However, no paparazzi did time for her death. In the court of public opinion, however, the paparazzi will always be inexorably linked to the death of the people's princess. What's your take on the celeb-paparazzi dispute? Should celebrities have their privacy respected, or does the public have a legitimate interest in knowing about their personal lives? Share your thoughts in the comments below.
That's fine, but don't talk to me. I don't want to hear paparazzi talk to me.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.